When we are programming, it's very common we have to parse strings. It's because sometimes the data is not ready to be processed as we want to. It's inside some text that sometimes was prepared for some another purpose than our application. So it's important to us to know how to clear this text and leave just the information, just the data we want to handle. For this purpose, we are going to see in this video how to use this split function. That is one function used to take parts of one string and from one single string, one single value, create one array with several values that could represent the dataset we want to process. Here we are going to see two examples. One using one simple string with the values are separated by a comma, and another more complex example in which the data are separated by HTML tags, like when we are doing one web crawler that we need to take data from web that was not originally prepared for that. But the data are the same. They are just formatted in different scenarios. So the split function is quite simple. It receives one parameter, that's the character it is going to find in the string that's calling the method. When it finds the character, it's going to split to create one array with the number of positions it has found this character that's going to be used to split. So in this case, it's going to create one array with 3 positions from 0 to 2. So its name will be in one position. We can execute this code now, and we are going to see that from the single string, we are going to have an array with the options. Okay, so running the code. And here it is. We have then one array. We can see it's an array because of the brackets. And then it has the value separated, and our string was parsed perfectly. And how to do the same with this HTML? Let's understand that. Basically, I have to choose some separator. In this case, we have chosen the option tag. So it's going to split the string by this tag. So the 0 position will be select, the second position will be this name, and so on. And observe the last position will be this value, including, of course, the closing of the option tag and the closing of the select tag. Okay, so we still have not our string ready. So we need to do another transformation for each of the elements. Then we call the for each, that we can process each of array entries. And for each of the entries, we are going to take out the closing of the option tag. So we do that for all of the elements. And some positions are going to have 2 elements. It's the case of this one, because when we take out the option, closing of the option, we have one entry for this name and another for closing select. Let's debug that and take a look in its behavior. Executing that again. We can see here, look, we had originally, after calling the split, we have the closing of the option tag. We take that out with a new split that gives us these empty strings in the second position and this closing of the select tag. But now when we overwrite the array just with the first position of its own array, these second values are ignored, and then we have the list that's almost what we want to have. That's here. Okay, almost what we want, but we need to take out this first element. It's very easy to do. We just need to take one subarray. We need to ignore the first position. For this purpose, we can use the splice function that creates one subarray in which we can form the position it begins and the position which it ends. So begin with 1, ignoring the 0, and go until the end of the array, and then producing the complete array that's exactly the same content we had in the beginning. But in the beginning, it was a simple string in CSV. In the end, it was a more complex example with one HTML string. So here it is one example about how to use the split function for parsing your strings. Thank you for watching.